Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Facebook Live with Inspire Wellness. We're really excited for today's episode where we're going to have a special guest, Gena O'Neill. I just wanted to remind everybody that next Tuesday, which is April the 24th at 12:30, the topic on Facebook Live will be Hashimoto's and other thyroid disease. So we really appreciate your feedback. You're giving us great topics. Again, our plan is to try and do this every Tuesday at 12:30, be consistent, and we will certainly highlight the topics that you find most helpful on your journey to living at a much higher quality of life. So without further ado, let me please welcome our very special guest, the beautiful and talented Gena O'Neill, one of the greatest aestheticians in Northeast Ohio and beyond. So please pay close attention to what she has to say. Thank you so much, Gena.
Wow. Here she is.
Hi. Thank you, Dan.
So we just wanted to talk a little bit today about different skincare and the toxicity of skincare, but honestly, more importantly, I just wanted to start with why people have skin problems in the first place. And, I'm sure a lot of you watching understand that a lot of it comes from the gut, from a healthy microbiome, from not having leaky gut, from not having inflammation in the gut, and also from toxicity. Your skin is the biggest detox organ. So when you have too many toxins and you're trying to detox, it can lead to a lot of problems, inflammation, inflammatory acne, rashes, eczema, things like that. So, we know everybody tuning in probably uses a lot of skincare products, but even to those who don't, we want to touch briefly on deodorants, which probably most of us use, and some sunscreens as well. So basically, let me just start off talking about food. I mean, what do you think the biggest foods that you see problems with, that to show up on the skin?
Mostly dairy. Dairy is a big one.
I agree with that.
Our skin is, I think, our greatest barometer of knowing what's going on inside. So whenever we have inflammation or acne or eczema, we're not quite able to treat it with just the lotion. You guys did a great talk last week on microbiome, and gut issues are a huge part of it.
Thanks for watching.
Of course. And we're not going to heal our skin or inflammation if your gut's a mess. It's just not going to happen. But dairy is a big one. I know with my youngest son, when he was a baby, he got eczema, and we went to his former pediatrician, and said, well, he's just going to have this for life. That's just the way it is. Maybe one day he'll grow out of it. We could do steroid creams. And I had everything in my toolbox to treat it topically, which helped with itching and things like that, but it wasn't going away. So I kept digging deeper and took out dairy completely, and upped his omega fatty acids, and he no longer has eczema. And it happens very, very quickly.
Right, so the omega-3s for sure. I mean, we weren't going to plan on talking about supplements, but if you need to add any supplement to really help with skincare, and with dryness, with rashes, with eczema, omega-3s are the way to go for sure. And I noticed too, in addition to dairy, which is probably, I agree, the biggest factor for skin, eggs, even though eggs seem to be healthy, especially if you get healthy pasture-raised organic eggs, some people still can have reactions that they notice their skin issues, especially inflammatory acne, does get better without eggs, but it's individual. I would say if you have a lot of acne or eczema issues, maybe do an elimination diet and see which things, really make the skin problems worse. Get off of the foods for about a month and then reintroduce them one at a time and see what happens.
Yeah, I think including foods with omega fatty acids is the greatest thing you can do for your skin. Not only is eczema an issue with it, but sometimes people come to me and they'll say, oh, I have these little red bumps on the back of my arms or on my thighs, or these little pimples that won't pop all over my face, like red or white. And a lot of times it's a lack of omega fatty issues, or I'll see like a chin that to me looks like a peach pit. And if they start including omega fatty acids like flax seeds and hemp hearts, avocados, fish oils, things like that, there's a huge change in the health of their skin. So those are some great things to include, as well as
Yeah, so speaking of those bumps on the back of the arms, all parents check your kids because it's really, really common in kids, especially kids on the autism spectrum or with ADHD or anxiety, to have that. And that's a pretty good sign without having to do a blood test that your kids need more fat-soluble vitamins and omega-3 fatty acids. So everyone can eat their salmon and avocados and walnuts and good healthy oils. So I guess let's talk about a couple ingredients that, there's a million ingredients that you might want to avoid, but there's a few that are really important. And before I get into that, let me just say that, have you heard of the Environmental Working Group's Healthy Living app?
I have. Yes,
so
you turned me on.
Oh, that's funny. So, anybody who wants to try to get through this maze of what's toxic, what's non-toxic, I think it's an awesome app. You can actually take it to the store and put the camera of your phone on the product, and then it'll show you are the ingredients in the red, yellow, or green. And you want to try to stay in the green. Maybe some yellow is okay, but you certainly want to stay away from the red because you don't know just by looking at a package or just because something's sold at Whole Foods, it doesn't mean it's always non-toxic. So for sure, everybody download that app, and you can use it for personal care products. I think they even have like house cleaning supplies and things like that on it too to try to weed through the marketing of non-toxic products. So, but the couple of big ones that I worry about a lot are artificial fragrances for sure. That's the new secondhand smoke that I keep hearing that phrase now. And so for sure, any kind of oils or lotions or probably makeups don't have scents too much, or sunscreens for sure, deodorants, anything like that. Make sure to take the synthetic fragrances out. And parabens are another really big deal, and then phthalates as well. So do you want to talk a little bit about?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's important to know that in the U.S., the FDA has only banned 11 ingredients from skincare products that are harmful, and in Europe, there's over 1,000.
So the FDA can't do our jobs for us.
Right. So you think, well, this whatever baby shampoo or anti-aging cream, it smells amazing and it feels good. It's fine. They sell it at the store, but the FDA is not doing anything about these harmful ingredients. Parabens, you mentioned. Parabens, a lot of times I find with skincare reps, they'll come in and say, oh, well, parabens really are not a big deal. But they are a huge deal because parabens have been found in the tissue of breast tumors. So a lot of these ingredients, you think you just put them on your skin, but they're penetrating into our bloodstream. Not all, but many are, and parabens are one of those.
Especially if you use them every day or multiple times a day.
Right. So an average woman, I think, uses like 16 toxic ingredients a day, and that's just basic. So we're just slathering ourselves with also these hormone disruptors that you start at a young age or even when you're older, but slathering on hormone disruptors that are found in your blood, that is a big deal. Okay. Hydroquinone is another one. I've been doing skincare for over 20 years now.
She's really not that old.
And hydroquinone became popular about, I would say, 15 years ago. And it's a bleaching agent. And it works really, really well. So my clients are always asking, why don't you sell whatever product line that has hydroquinone in it? It works so great. I get it at this other derms or plastic surgeons. And the reason is hydroquinone is one of those ingredients that's been banned in Europe for many, many years. And it stops the production of our own melanin, which in turn, as you know, stops our body's own ability to protect ourselves from skin cancer. It also can cause blue or black lesions on the skin, or even just blue skin tone. So hydroquinone is another big one that's very popular that we should avoid.
Okay. And so I want to repeat the name of that website one more time in case you guys didn't catch it. It's ewg.org, Environmental Working Group website, if you want to download that app just to help give you more guidance. And once you shop for these things long enough, you'll be able to tell without looking each one up what's safer and what's not that safe for sure. So
let's talk about products. Okay. I personally sell and love Sunshine Botanicals. I brought 2 products. This is if I could have just one product in the world, It's the Sunshine Botanical BB Cream, and it's a sunscreen. I use it as my makeup. It also has antioxidants, and they have great, and they have great washes as well.
Free of parabens, petrochemicals, fragrance, phthalates, and chemical preservatives.
Yes.
So that's what you want to look for.
Right. So sunscreens are very important. Everyone uses sunscreens or should. This is where a lot of greenwashing happens, and you go to Whole Foods and there's 25 sunscreens, and really only one of them are worth putting on your body. But Beauty Counter, I found, has the best sunscreen that I use. Can I get it in there? For the body, and it comes in a stick form, so you can just use it on your face. And Beauty Counter has great makeup as well. So even eyeshadows, mascaras, all these types of things are important that we're putting on our skin. Another thing that everyone uses, or maybe should, is deodorant. And many people say, I've tried doing natural deodorants and nothing works. Well, just know it takes 10 to 14 days for your body to detox these toxic ingredients. So it's going to take 10 or 14 days for your deodorant to work. My husband, bearded hockey player, he uses Urban Cowboy from Whole Foods, which is fine. And he doesn't stink. He comes home from hockey and he doesn't stink. He's been doing natural deodorant for years. I love, it's by Soapwalla. And they have a natural deodorant cream. I've been using that for probably many years, as long as I can remember. But this is my favorite. Soapwalla is my favorite. Beauty Counter for makeup. And I can leave in the comments, I can leave places where they can grab these products as well, like the Beauty Counter and the Soapwalla.
And another product that I know one of my friends was telling me about was Pure Haven. I think that's what it was too, that ingredients look really non-toxic too, but it's hard to find. And personally, I obviously don't wear a lot of makeup, but I tend to just go to Whole Foods, and I like the Mineral Fusion, and Gabriel, I think, is another brand name.
Yeah.
And again, they might not be perfect, but they're a whole lot less toxic than that traditional makeup for sure. And you have to be very careful of lipsticks in particular with lead in them too. And then with deodorant, the other thing about deodorant is don't be afraid to sweat. Sweating is one of our natural detox mechanisms. So wanting to shut off your sweating every day is really not the best thing. And don't expect these natural deodorants to shut off the sweating, because it's really not their intention. And also, believe it or not, the healthier your gut microbiome is, the less your armpits might smell if you sweat a lot too. So It really is a sign of what's going on the inside too.
Right, yeah. Eating clean foods are not only going to give you healthy, glowing skin, but you're going to smell better as well. So
for sure.
More greens.
Right? Well, let us know if you guys have any more questions, or if anybody else has done a lot of research and has certain products that they found. Because again, this takes a village. We can all come together and share our knowledge, and then just be safer. And then don't forget that whatever you decide for yourself, use for family members, teach people about it, teach friends about it, and certainly for your kids as well. It's super important to not put all these toxins on your kids. You shouldn't put anything on your skin that you wouldn't eat. Absolutely. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
It's your time to thrive. Let us inspire you. See you next week.